Hello and welcome to another 10 to 20 with Tanya. I'm Tanya, and today we have a fun English live so that we can learn together, so that you have somebody to engage with. This is a very important part of learning English. Of course, we need to listen, we need to write, we need to speak, we need to read, and we need to engage when we are listening, when we are speaking. So, welcome everyone. I'd love to know where you're listening from. And if you are new here, let me know. If you are returning, if you've been here before, let me know. And we're going to start off just to get started with some easy responses. So, I see, hello, El Adulini. It's great to see you. Um, if we haven't met, again, my name is Teacher Tanya. I'm based in Southern California, which means that's where I usually live. And currently, as a nomad, I am traveling around the western part of the United States, heading to the Midwest, the middle part of the United States, very soon. So I have some of that to share with you as well. Hi, Callum. Great to see you back from Spain. It's wonderful to have you here. So, what I would like for you to do as you're joining is do as Callum did. Tell us where you're joining from. And then the first thing I'm going to ask you to do is to put your favorite emoji in the chat. So, what is your favorite emoji? It's hard for me to choose. I'm going to look over here and I love the hearts. The emojis on YouTube are a little different, but I love this emoji. And I want to see, what is your favorite emoji? If you want to, you can tell us why that is your favorite emoji. In this way, we get to interact. I'm asking a question, you are answering. And why this is so important: if all you're doing is putting an emoji, that's not English. It could be any language. However, when you interact with me, when you engage with me, your brain gets the message that this is important. And so your brain starts to pay attention even more. Kevin put the laughing, almost crying face. And then I also see the prayer hands and the hearts. Peace sign. I love the peace sign. Ukraine and the power fist. So nice job, everyone. Okay, we're going to do another interaction phase. So tell me, which do you prefer, tea or coffee? Tea or coffee? Do you prefer to drink tea or coffee? And you can say, do you prefer tea or coffee? And while you're putting your answers there, I'll give you some other ways you could say this, which is, would you rather? I'll write it here. You've probably heard this, so you can practice it now. Would you rather drink tea or coffee? So you can put your answer there. Would you rather? And you can put the whole answer. I would rather drink tea, which is my answer. Even though I had coffee this morning, I really love to drink tea. Butterfly says, I prefer milk. And I love how Manuel used another way to say this. I prefer coffee to tea. You can say it this way as well. All right, I see some coffee drinkers and some tea drinkers. It's great to see you all too. I'd rather drink coffee. This is another way to say it. And Manuel, I'm going to say Manuel, says, I would prefer coffee coffee over tea. These are great ways to say it. So I have some notes here so that I don't forget anything today. And while I'm looking at my notes, the next one is, which do you prefer, summer or winter? Now you can put a whole sentence again, practicing one of these whole sentences, or you could just put an emoji sun or an emoji snowflake so that you are engaging. It's more important that you engage so that you're writing something because this is giving your brain the message to listen. Now, I know you're already listening, but your brain gets the message that this is important. I need to remember it when you engage. So think of it like you can sometimes listen to a podcast, you hear the whole thing, but then somebody asks you about it and you can't remember it. It's probably because you were not engaged. So this is a learning tip for you. The more that you can engage, the more you can connect, interact, participate, the more you will learn. So let's see if we have anyone telling us, do you prefer summer or winter? I prefer winter. I prefer winter over summer. Or I could say, I would rather spend time in winter. You could even say winter is my favorite season. There's many ways to say this. Um, let's see. If I were to drink American coffee, I would prefer to drink Italian espresso. So we're even getting some other answers here. One person says they prefer peace. Me too. I prefer peace, especially no matter what is happening around me, to find a way to have peace of mind, which is one of the big things I work on every day is my peace of mind and praying for peace and peace of mind for everyone. Okay, so we didn't get a lot of takers on summer or winter. Let me put that phrase. We didn't get a lot of takers. Means not a lot of people answered. We didn't get a lot of takers. So you can say this phrase if not a lot of people answer, not a lot of people participate. This is another way to say it. Here's another one. I would prefer to have a season for enjoying, but Tenerife, there is not a proper season. It is lingering spring the whole year through. I have to say I couldn't complain if it were spring the whole year through, because if I were going to choose a favorite of all 4 seasons, it would be spring. Notice how I said that. If I were, yes, you can say I were. And you're thinking, wait, don't we say we were? They were? For this particular sentence structure called the conditional, we say if I were going to choose out of only 2 seasons, it would be winter. Okay, butterfly likes winter and spring. Hello from Italy, welcome. Manuel says, I'm sorry, we can't get everything. Of course, it's totally true. Okay, here's another one. Sweet or salty. You can write with the word sweet or salty, or you can just give me an emoji that is sweet or an emoji that is salty, like the popcorn emoji. Sweet or salty. That one is more difficult for me to choose. But if I had to choose, it would be sweet. However, if I only got sweet, I would really be craving. Craving. To crave means I would really be wanting to crave. If I only had sweet, I would really crave salty. How about you? Okay, I see a sweet, salty to sweet, sweet, sweet. Yes, lots of sweet emojis. Perfect, perfect. All right. If you like having this type of live, click on the little heart emoji over on the side. If this is something that you enjoy, thank you. This is good for me to know so that I know what type of lives you enjoy. All right, let's do one more like this one. Let's do one more favorite food. Spicy or mild? Spicy or mild? Mild is the opposite of spicy. If you like spicy hot food, Like, I do love spicy hot food, but I usually don't feel great after I've eaten something very spicy, and I prefer spicy over mild. I really like No, sorry, I almost said the same thing. I really like the taste of spicy over mild, but I often eat mild because I feel better afterwards. You can also use this word mild to describe the weather. If you live somewhere where where the weather is neither hot nor cold, here's that neither nor statement. It's neither hot nor cold. You could say the weather is mild. Okay, we have a few people who are with me on that. If I say you're with me on that, I mean you agree with me. You prefer mild. I'm going to put this in the chat for you. They are with me on that. If you can't see your chat, there might be a place you can click that will say show chat or make the chat live. Manuel says neither sweet nor is correct, but you can say or. Salty. Enough is enough. I like that statement. Great statement. Okay, let's move on to another type of question, and let's talk a little bit about travel. Where is the last place you traveled? So I'm currently in Northern California. I am currently traveling. How about you? Where is the last place you traveled? Maybe you haven't traveled in a long, long time. It could have been before COVID. Maybe you just traveled near your city. Where is the last place you have traveled? I was reading in the chat and it says, we're on the same page with you. Yes, this means the same. If I say, you're with me on that. Very good. Okay. Callum went to Marbella, Spain, or Marbella. Do you say Marbella or Marbella, the first one or the second one? And while I am waiting for you to tell me about where the last place you traveled so that you can engage, I want to remind you that you can learn more vocabulary with me in my free More English Club. And in this free More English Club, you will get free vocabulary from my story videos. So if you're already a member, you know that this is a great way to get more information from my story videos. And it's free to join. All you need to do is to go to the link I'm going to put on the screen for you here in just a second. Oh dear. Here we go. Here's the link for the free More English Club. All you have to do is click on the link. It's also in the description below. And when I create an edited story video, I will send you the vocabulary and you get all the vocabulary from before. So I see the last place some of you traveled was Malaga, Spain in July. Awesome. Thank you, Danila. And Algeria, yes, I know Algeria. I haven't been to Algeria, but I have a student in my She Speaks Fluency program who's from Algeria. Georgia. Diana, great to see you. And I think because I know Diana from our She Speaks program, I think that she means the Georgia in Europe, not the Georgia in the United States. Is that correct? Belgium, wonderful. Our student from Georgia lives in Belgium, so you hit both of those. Just because this is Manuel, if just because I live in an island, traveling is the best hobby. So I'll be traveling to Budapest. Wonderful. This is awesome. Sydney. Wow. All right. Let me see if I have another note for myself here. Okay, let's do a little bit of a challenge. Are you ready for a challenge? Let's challenge your English. See if you can think in English and put your one word or sentence answer in the chat. Give me one word about just one word that starts with S. the letter S in English. And let's see how many. You can put more than one and see if you can think of some of the more difficult words you know. So you could start with any word you know in S and then build up to some more advanced words that you know. And I will be saying some of them. And if you don't know what one of the words means, you can ask me in the chat and I will let you know. I have a fun word that starts with S that we say is the longest word in the English language. It's actually just sort of a fun word, but I'm going to tell you that in a minute. Um, and then we're going to have another challenge. Okay, so we have here sure, which is great because the word sure sounds like SH. South. Oh, here's a whole bunch from Callum. Maria, thank you for South. Arcelia, thank you for sure. Callum, silence, one of my favorite words. Salt, science, space, sugar. Diana, one of my other favorites. Serenity. Seek. Ellie, it's great to see you. Ellie is also in our fluency program. Seek, such a good word, meaning to look for. Seek. Serendipity, great word that means something happened by chance. Sunrise, like the sun coming up. Service, Jing and Adeline, thank you, Manuel. Salary, the salary is the money you earn from your job. Super. Sustainable, another great word, Danila. Thank you. Small. Sustainable means you can continue to do that. You can continue to keep it going. It's you are able to continue with that, and it could be doing something or having something. Sound, sun, sea, stubborn. Here's a word that typically has a negative connotation. There's a word for you, a negative feeling, a negative way of thinking about it. Stubborn. All right, let's do another one. You can keep putting your S words if you want to. See if you can think of a word that is the same in your language and in English. So we would say they're friends, not false friends. A false friend is a word that's almost the same in both languages, but it has different meanings. So I'm going to tell you a false friend while you think of a word that is a friend in your native language and English, and tell us what your native language is, or your third language or fourth language. Taxi. Callum, this is a word that is the same in many languages. Tell me if taxi is the same in your language. Julie, great to see you. A word that starts with S, spontaneous. I love the word spontaneous. It means you do something without a lot of plans, maybe even without thinking, but more like not planning. Survive, another great S word. Any other words that you can think of that are the same in your language and in English? See if you can think of any more. And then we're going to have a lightning round, meaning we're going to go as fast as we can. I still see some S words coming. If you are having a difficult time thinking of a word in your language that's also in English, that's okay. Just give me a heart. If you're having a difficult time, you could say, yeah, 100% I'm having a difficult time. Yes, it is difficult. Imagine. Maria says, imagine. And since I also speak Spanish, is it imagine? Imagina in Spanish? I'm actually assuming maybe you aren't thinking of of Spanish. Sandwich. This is another word that is the same in many languages. Hot dog. Absolutely. I can think of some other food ones like pizza. Um, we have a lot of ones that we have borrowed from Spanish or other languages like Italian, German, but like taco. Industry, instruction, and institute are the same. This is really interesting. I love playing this game because it's so interesting to see what languages have words that are the same. Okay, tell me your native language. Put your native language in the chat while we get ready for the speed round. So we can call it the lightning round. Anything that's fast, we often say it's lightning. We even say lightning speed. This is another way that we say it. I think maybe this didn't work to put the chat there. Let's see. Lightning speed. Lightning speed. If you were looking for that um, link that I put earlier, I think I wasn't allowed to, so you can find it in the description below. I don't know why. Oh, I see what is happening here. Okay, let me put it here. And let me see if I can I'll put that link for you here in a little bit. So lightning speed. Okay, I see several um, native languages coming up here. Let me go here and here. Here is the link I told you I would give you for the free English club. So we have Portuguese, Mexican, Russian, any other uh, native languages you'd like to share with me. Rapid fire is another way to say fast. Okay, now we're going to do the this or that game. Are you ready? This or that. Just put the word this or that. The first one is night or morning. In other words, you choose one that you prefer. Night or morning. You could think of, am I a night person or a morning person? Night or morning. Let's get that one going. And then as soon as you get that answer in, the next one is books or movies. Books or movies. All right. And then rain or sun. You could also use the emojis in this round. You could put rain or sun emoji. Rain or sun. Eat in or eat out. This is eat in is like make dinner at home, or eat out, go to the restaurant. Eat in or out. You can put in or out. Eat in or out. Which do you prefer? Chocolate or vanilla? You could also say neither. You could also say neither for your one word answer. If you mean neither of those, or both if you like to eat in and out. All right. Thank you, everyone. I see lots of, eat in, eat out. One person chose this. Eat in. Movies, lots of movies. Do we have any book people? Here's a book person. Me too. Book. Definitely book. Night owl, excellent. Chocolate, lots of chocolate people. Me too. And do we have any vanilla people? We have both night and morning people here. Fabulous. I'm so grateful that all of you were here today and played along. To finish up, um, let me know how you're feeling now that you have participated in this, now that you have engaged. How are you feeling? What feeling do you have right now that you've been in the live with me? Thank you so much for joining me here today. And remember, if you want to join my free More English Club, the link is in your chat right now, and it's free to join. And I will send you vocabulary and learning tips every time I make a story video. And there are already more than 20 vocabulary lists in that club. So join me and get that extra help. Thank you so much for the hearts. Awesome. I see people are feeling so good. Thank you very much. You're so very welcome. Thank you for the happy faces. And thank you so much for spending time with me here today. Don't forget to like and subscribe so that you will be informed for the next live when we will play a different game so that you can learn more English and vocabulary. I'll see you then. Bye-bye.